all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. So, holy shit, wait a minute. There's a lot cooking right now. I didn't see it as betrayal. It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the... I put this here for Christmas vibe. Heyo, it's Karen. Welcome to my second channel, where my only hope today is still to make you smile. We do things different here. It gets weird, it gets loud, but most of all, we have a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy, and if you are still watching, like literally if you're still watching, click the subscribe button. And if at the end of this video you hate it, unsubscribe. Or like don't, just pretend you didn't subscribe in the first place. Yeah, because our goal, I'm getting so weird, but it's Christmas. I'm really excited. I'm trying to get to 500 before the end of the year, which is insane. But we've grown 70 subscribers in the past week, so I'm actually quite optimistic. So if you do enjoy this video, like seriously, just click that red button. It means a lot to me. Even means more to me if you comment and let me know your thoughts. What's your favorite scene? That's the question of the day. Your favorite scene, whether it was heartbreaking or was cute or whatever, from this episode or the past episodes if you haven't watched this one yet. Because some people watch this and I'm like, you haven't watched the episode yet. You're spoiling it for yourself. But anyway, really appreciate all the love. Like seriously, bottom of my heart, thank you very much. But today we are touching on episode 4. Episode 4, epic, and we're getting blessed because you guys are gonna see my face again tomorrow because apparently episode 5 is coming out tomorrow. That's insane. It was amazing, actually. It's probably my favorite episode yet. So, this is what we're gonna do. For those who are seeing me for the first time, we have a format, and I'm gonna put it up here. We're gonna go through the intro, which we just did, then go through what I anticipated versus what happened. Then we're gonna talk about the storyline, and then we're gonna talk about the storyline, and then we're gonna talk about the characters, I guess. It all merges into it, and then we're gonna do expectations for the next episode and overall review. Are you ready? Let's go. Before I start, I just wanna say Merry Christmas, honestly. I hope you are having a good time with your family. If you're finding time to watch this, I hope it's not a waste of your time, and I hope you enjoy it. And for those who might be struggling or maybe might not be feeling so Christmassy, I hope, again, this makes you kind of smile and know that no feeling is permanent, nothing lasts forever. So if you might not be feeling too well or too happy today, it's not going to always be the case, and you will feel good again. You just got to fight through it. All right, what I anticipated versus what happened. Oof, this was a good episode. I don't even know if I should talk about what I anticipated or like, because I feel like I talk about that in my expectations for the next episode on the previous episode review, but I anticipated obviously a lot more action. This episode is building up. I always said I feel like the format is the first episode into the weekend is a little slower than the last final episode. So I feel like episode 3 was already fast-paced. It was building, but it wasn't as fast-paced as this episode. So I was expecting the pacing of this episode to be much faster than the previous. What actually happened was that it was way faster, and it was so good and so intense. And what else did I expect? Didn't expect the kiss because I knew they were gonna get interrupted, and so that didn't happen because they got interrupted. So I was right. I was disappointed. I kind of wanted to cry. I was kind of hoping I was wrong, you know, but I wasn't. That sucked. Bunok, God, somebody teach me how to say these names. Bunok, as predicted, is causing more drama. Like I was saying, like she's gonna cause more drama. Her jealousy is going to fuel a lot of trouble. She's getting dangerous. She's, you know, getting a little crazy. And just as I predicted, she snitched. And she thought that she was gonna get away with it. She was now asking for prize money and everything like that. Willing to put, you know what? I really don't like her. Because at first I was kind of like feeling sorry for her because I was like, man, obviously she feels like an outsider. She just wants to, you know, feel inside. And I know like from the past K-dramas I've watched, like Korea can be pretty classist, and especially with schools and stuff, and people can treat you different based on how much money you have. And so I was kind of relating with that in a sense of like, you know what, I get where she's coming from and I feel really bad for her. But the person who was really nice to her was Jung, and so I was like, dude, like you have to have like considered the moment you found out that she was harboring a spy, maybe like confront her, maybe like talk to her and figure out why, maybe because like she's the only one who was defending you. You know what I'm saying? She was the only one who was treating you nice, and then you want to come and you want to tell her, you want to just go snitch on her and you want to ruin her life, and just because the guy didn't like you back, like that's so that rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, okay, her jealousy's too much. If it was anybody else, like if she was doing this to Hye-rong, this never gets better, man. If she was doing this to Hye-rong, you get what I'm trying to say. It would. I love Hye-rong so much, by the way. Just Room 207 in general, absolutely love them. Like they're so cute, but we'll touch on that a little bit later. But if she was doing that to her because she calls her gizzard, that would make sense, you know, like, because then that would be fueled by hate and stuff like that. But my food just arrived. Expected there to be a lot more like action, like I said, in terms of them trying to, well, he got out now, like he escaped and he's successfully at home base, but that's episode 4. I think I was expecting them to chase him more and everything like that, because that's where the episode ended, and they did. And he successfully got away, which is awesome for him. I don't know why I'm still weirdly rooting for him, even though he's a North Korea spy. But he got away, and then it started touching on a little bit more. We're gonna talk about it in the storyline. But those were my expectations, nothing crazy. And they were all fulfilled. Like, they were all fulfilled. They all came true, because I am a god when it comes to expectations being fulfilled, because I'm good at predicting stuff. Let's take a stretch break, because I'm not going to be able to maintain any more concentration. All the lovers around the world, let me sing a merry, merry Christmas and happy holidays. Every boy and every girl, stay close to the ones you love, and thank God above. Let's move on to the storyline. I loved it. It's progressing as expected really, really well. This is a very well written story. Again, they're taking their time, but simultaneously going really fast. I guess it's because it's a long block. They've got a lot of time to fill, and so it works in the sense that they're not rushing the character development, but they're also moving really quickly for a K-drama with the storyline. Like, the action is coming right off the bat. Like, they're not playing around. Episode 5, the glimpse into episode 5 is looking real steamy. But let's talk about episode 4. Where do I start? Okay, Room 207. I'm gonna start with my love for Room 207. I have formed Youngwoo's, obviously after that B snitched. Now they were confronted by Miss P. Miss P was like, okay, y'all. She already knew, right? She already knew what was going on, but like now she was like, okay, I have to take action. And I think she was coming from a place where she was like, I want to protect, because her worry was, and you know, maybe I'm overthinking, but I think her worry was like, they came to the university to look for a spy, so they can fake it, because she, you know what, she's very negative towards the ANPSQRT.
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that,
because she keeps saying that like they can pretend that, you know, those girls are the spies just to get the results they want. So they can basically fabricate lies in order to fake that they got the result they want. Now, if we go back to, I think, episode 1, we remember that she was held like overboard, like by the boat kind of thing, and she was like held captive. I feel like her fear for these things is coming from that, and I feel like it's gonna get revealed very soon, like her background and who she is, and maybe she was falsely accused of being a spy at some point. Maybe I'm overthinking, but we'll come back to this review if I'm right. So I feel like she was trying to protect the rest of the university, and so she was like, guys, you guys know, like, I'm gonna have to take you guys out, you know, and so because she was like, maybe the university's just harboring spies, and so she felt like maybe if I remove this small unit, then everybody else is protected, even though obviously it looked like she didn't want to. She feel like she's a really caring person, but obviously young girl said, you know, guys, it was all me, and she did, which was so, that whole scene was so heartbreaking when she got on her knees. She got on her knees and she was like, you know, like, don't take anybody else out. I thought that was so heartbreaking, and she was crying, and just the whole thing of like all of them crying because she was leaving, that was a hard scene. Like, it showed their bond, you know, it showed how much they loved each other, and I grew to love them more, like as a unit, like just not just the main characters, but all of them. I'm blanking on her name, but I'm gonna remember it. I'm not gonna remember it. I'm gonna look at it, then I'm gonna remember it. Sulhee, I love her so much. Like, she's a true friend. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she was protecting Youngro like the entire time. Like, when the guy who was supposed to be going out with Youngro, I'll put the picture here, possibly, maybe not, but he snitched. Obviously he snitched and he didn't know what was going on. First of all, their love story is really cute because, like, he snitched because he was just trying to be like patriotic, and he didn't like the, you know, he snitched because of that reason. And so once she realized, she did everything in her power to make sure that she protected her, and that's what she was doing. Like, she was risking herself to protect her, and also like the entire time she didn't want to date that guy even though she liked him, because she didn't want to like betray Hyeong, which is just, I think she's the definition of a friend, and I absolutely love her character, and I love the guy who she's falling for, because he went through all that torture. He could have just snitched. He went through all that torture just to protect her, which is just, it's so cute, man. Like, are you kidding me? This is the reason I have unrealistic expectations in men, because of these things. But I love those two together. I absolutely, what else? Oh, I don't want to skip to this because this is right at the end, okay? But you know the scene that I'm talking about. You see that? I did that. You know the scene that I'm talking about, but I'll talk about that right at the end. Okay, so also during the snitch process of that little bee snitching, I loved when Hyeong came and she was like beating her ass, and she was like, you motherfucking whore, you motherfucker! And I was like, yeah, beat her ass, because you know what? That showed again. Like, I feel like that's when I fell in love with her even more. Like I told you in the previous episode, I was starting to like her. Now I liked her because I was like, yeah, beat that bitch. The girl's like a freaking what do you call it? A traitor, and I hate her. And so I love that scene personally a lot. Yeah, I just love the girl power that's being portrayed and the unity that's being portrayed among these girls. But they're gonna die. I saw, okay, I'm now getting messy, but I saw a picture on Twitter that, like, when they were taking the portrait, like the portrait of her before she left, the front row were exactly 13 girls. 13 virgin sacrifices. There were exactly 13 girls. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. That freaked me out, and that scared me a lot, because those are my favorite characters. I have to touch on Young Girl's love story and Suho. It was building up, obviously. Like, that was so heartbreaking when she was like, all I really want is a call from him. And when he came back and he gave her the little pendant, the pigeon, I think it's a pigeon pendant or something like that. That was really heartbreaking, that like she just kept expecting a call and she wasn't getting it. And then when he finally comes, now we're talking about it, guys. When he finally comes, he does the unexpected. And obviously, like, I have a very hot take on this. Everybody on like Twitter, because I just was reading a little bit on the reviews on Twitter, everybody on Twitter is like, he betrayed her. Like, oh my god, how can you do this to the very person who protected you, the very person who loved you? Like, how could you do this? You know, when she pulled him up and when he was being attacked in the university, and then he took her in and pop, pulled him up, pulled Jung, you know, the scene is gonna be somewhere here. That scene, I didn't see it as betrayal. Let me tell you why. I just saw it as like a scene of like, and I felt like as much as I don't think she felt betrayal. I know everybody's saying she felt betrayal, but hot take, I think she knew exactly what he was doing. Obviously, the betrayal was in like her realization that, oh, I thought you were a protester, but you was a spy, like you were a spy. So that's messed up, you know, because my brother is fighting you guys basically, in essence. And you are coming here and you're letting me give you all these resources and everything like that. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? That's where the betrayal comes from. But I don't think the betrayal itself comes from like the gun. I feel like the gun she kind of understood, and I think she'll understand then too. Like he knows like who else is he gonna pull that's gonna trust that they're not gonna get killed. He knows he's not gonna kill her. He likes her. He loves her. And so he thought this is the safest person to pull in. I'm definitely not gonna kill her, and I know that for a fact. She's not gonna do anything crazy. I feel like there's that mutual trust between them. So that's where the scene ended. And then there was like a shot. It was like 3, 2, 1, and he pulled the trigger. Obviously, I don't think he killed her because we saw the next episode coming. The preview for episode 5 was insane. But we're seeing again in the preview for episode 5 that obviously Jung's dad is the head of the ANCPQRTV group that's chasing the North Korean spy, and so she becomes the top priority to get out, and they're held hostages. I don't know. I'm excited for that. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know who's gonna get in trouble, but I'm starting to figure out, this is what I want to actually talk about before we end. I'm starting to think that the North Korea, like, what's this guy's mission? You know, the entire episode they were talking about like the mission. His mission seems very singular and very different. And also, I should have brought this up sooner. Listen. God, we're talking a really long time here. I'm sorry, but this is a really jam-packed episode. But the girl who's in the APE, whatever, I keep calling it different things every time. The detective who joined solely to find the guy who went to Germany. She means the North Korean spy, right? She's trying to find him so she can talk to him and ask him why he left when they're about to be married, or like about to be wed or something. That's the drama that I'm looking for, because he's gonna fall in love with Jung, and who's the head of her department, right? And what's the mission he left for? Because if he left last minute, which means he was on this side, like he was on, like, was he on North Korea? I mean, was he in, first of all, holy shit, wait a minute. There's a lot clicking right now, and this is gonna be a really messy video, and I'm sorry. The Suho's dad is head of looking from it. Like, just correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just happening right now in my head. He's head of like the North Korea side, and he's given his son one mission, and it seems like he really wants his son to fulfill this mission, even though the other members are like, maybe he shouldn't because he's too known. Jung's dad is the head of this side, and he is trying to protect her girl from this guy. They're gonna find that both their dads are head to head, but there's also a lot of messy politics going between, like, you know, that deal those old men who are trying to do from the different things. What deal are they doing? Like, who's the good people here? What's going on? Like, is this, I need questions because I'm gonna ask for the next 5 minutes, but Episode 5 is definitely going to clarify a lot more things for me. I'm getting really into this. There's a lot of questions I have with all of that, and that's my expectations or my anticipations for the next episode, is that I'm waiting for the clarification to see, first of all, how the detective, like if the detective actually meets Suho, what's the conversation there, what's the friction between those three, the little love triangle going on there, one, and then the connection, what's this guy's mission, two, I think, what the hell is drop dead or dead drop, what the hell is that, and what's Professor Han's association with all of this, and then what's the dirty deals that are going on. Obviously it's all money based, you know, but like, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? I have a lot of questions, and those are some of the questions that I have that I can't wait for them to be answered in the next episode. This is a really messy review, guys. I just had a lot of things popping up in my head, but again, I hope you enjoy them as messy as they are, and I hope you bring structure to them. Tell me what you thought. Again, question of the day is, what was your favorite scene so far from this episode or previous episodes? I love you guys. Please click that subscribe button. Episode 6 review coming tomorrow. Again, Merry Christmas to you. You, shawty with you, shawty with you, yeah, under the mistletoe. For you, I risk it.